back at University High School. Introducing the starting lineups at the moment for Fort Morgan. Leo Lopez, Tony Swetsy, Jacob Snyder, Wes Anderson, and Eric Kimball will be the starting lineup for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. And we will have the lineup for the Bulldogs as they're being introduced here.
And the Mustangs coached by Chad Unrein and University coached by Dave Preston.
So Danny Eberhardt. Eric Smith, a 6'1" senior. So far, the first two are seniors. Smith, a 5'8" senior guard. This is a senior, Corey Graham, also a senior. Luke Johnson, a 6'6" senior forward, starting for the University Bulldogs.
Well, they're going to have the edge and experience tonight. There's no question about it. So the Mustangs are going to have to overcome that. As the opening tip tonight brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Ingmeyer Phillips can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. That is Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. The Mustangs are dressed in their road blacks with the maroon numerals. University in their home whites with the navy blue numerals. And lots of Mustang basketball coming your way, boys and girls, throughout the season right here on B106 and B106.com as we get the season underway tonight from University High School in Greeley. And when you have an inexperienced team, you're going to make some mistakes, so hopefully the Mustangs can minimize those, and hopefully not in the form of turnovers, because that's the first thing you look at here.
So Wes Anderson will be jumping against Johnson, Luke Johnson. Luke Johnson stands at 6'6". Wes Anderson is 6'4". Both teams are on the floor, ready to go. Just waiting now for the whistle and jump. Ball's up, controlled by Anderson, but the University takes the ball, and it's already a 1 turnover. Ball back to Fort Morgan.
That's 3 seconds into the game, and that's going to happen quite a bit.
The University is putting on a press. Knocked out of bounds by University. Harry Kimball to inbound it on the baseline. Full court press. Ball in. Knocked out again by University.
Danny Eberhardt applying a lot of pressure. We've already had 3 inbounds, and we've only played 5 seconds.
So Tony Swetsik up the sideline. We have a traveling called on Swetsik. The ball will be turned over. First turnover for Fort Morgan to University. So Eberhardt brings the ball up court over on the right wing. Number 3. And it's a miss off the front of the rim. Rebounded by 24. But then knocked out by Eric Kimball. So the ball will be turned over back to University.
Yeah, they're going to have to two-hand those rebounds.
So Corey Graham to inbound it into Luke Johnson. Up high off the glass and in for a 2-point basket for Graham.
Yeah, Luke Johnson scores the 2. And we had a steal there by a University with a steal, and I think Tony Swetsik committed that foul for Fort Morgan. So the Mustangs have turned it over a couple of times here, and University had inbounded.
Eric Smith the inbound to Tony Eberhardt, or Danny Eberhardt, over on the left wing, then over on to the right, underneath. The ball was knocked out of bounds by Eric Kimball. Nice defense getting the hands up, prevent the ball coming into the middle of the lane. Eric Smith the inbound it. Looking, finally gets it over to the left wing, a little 10-footer, and that is good for Eberhardt. So pressure Leo Lopez bringing it across the timeline to Anderson out on the... Now, that's Tony Slesig. Schneider over to Lopez. Lopez out along the timeline. Signaling his number one play. Eric Kimball out on the right wing now. Have a travel call against Fort Morgan. Another turnover to University. So Eberhardt bringing the ball across the half line. Fort Morgan in a man-to-man offense into Johnson. Then back out to number 3, Eric Smith, off the back of the rim. Rebound to Wes Anderson. Leo Lopez down with the ball. Guarded closely by Danny Eberhardt, trying to get the ball across the half-court line. It was stolen in the backcourt. And now it's taken back by Fort Morgan. Hustling up the floor is Leo Lopez to Eric Kimball out on the left corner. And that is a good three-pointer for Eric Kimball.
And then Smith misses a layup on the other end. So the Mustangs have the ball back down 4-3.
Lopez inside to Anderson. Good for a two-pointer. That makes the score 5-4 Fort Morgan.
Yeah, this is helter-skelter. What a pace we got going on so far, Brian. Only the first game of the year. We've only played 2.5 minutes.
They're making me tired, and I'm on the playing. Have a foul call. Yeah, on Joey Schneider, I believe, is who you pulled that on.
That's his first.
So inbounding under the basket, down on the left wing, out top, over on the right side. Off the back of the rim, rebounded by Luke Johnson. And put back up and in by Jesse Swint. 6-5 in favor of University. Harry Kimball driving all the way to the basket. Misses it off the left side of the rim. Jesse Swint now out on the... This is a basket off the back of the rim and then knocked out of bounds by Luke Johnson.
At 502 Ensign in downtown Fort Morgan, B&B Appliance can help you save water, energy, and the environment without sacrificing quality and performance. Change for the better with B&B Appliance.
Joy Schneider inbounds to Tony Swetsik. Swetsik now has it, trying to work against Jesse Smith. He is called for a foul. That is Jesse's first foul. Kimball inbounded on the in front of the Mustang bench.
Leather jackets, T-shirts, and more. Bijou T-Quest at 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for all of your sports apparel as Ryan Black comes into the game for University.
So into Anderson and back to Kimball. Off to the corner, but it's thrown away by Eric Kimball. That'll be turned over to University.
Yeah, the Mustangs with 5 turnovers unofficially so far, University with 2. But again, Brian, inexperienced team, you expect these mistakes early.
Eberhardt to Johnson out on the elbow, right elbow.
Tanner Sparks back out there.
Sparks. Ryan Black with it, drives to the hoop. That is good for Eric Smith for a 2-point on the layup. Hard intercepted in the backcourt by Eric Smith. Put up to him and runner down the lane. Fort Morgan has called the timeout.
And it's brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life. All model, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call today at 842-4555. Well, the Mustangs had a brief lead, but now they're down in the game.
Yeah, 4:13 left in the first period, and too many turnovers to start the game out. This kind of pace, they won't have the ball in their possession very long if they keep turning the ball over like that.
Got to pass. University up in the game 10-5. And that's it. I mean, 6 turnovers, and you played less than 4 minutes. They're on pace for well over 40 turnovers, so they got to cut that down drastically.
So Wes Anderson to inbound the ball under the bar basket. Kimball and then back. Now Kimball has it. Anderson. Kimball is at the top of the three-point line, off the back of the rim. Brought down the right sideline by Ryan Black. Now at the top by Eric Smith. Good defense so far by Fort Morgan. Then a shot up by Eberhardt, who misses the rim. Fort Morgan gets the rebound. Ball underneath to Wes Anderson. Back out to Zach Garcia. Now back into Wes Anderson for the little left-handed hook that goes in. And he is also fouled. So the basket is good. So that makes it 10-7. And Anderson going to the line.
And Danny Eberhardt commits his first foul for University. Teo Charlie, 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan, will not be beat by anyone when it comes to price. They'll help you find a car that fits your needs and budget. You can check them out on the web at teocharliesftm.com to view inventory, current specials, and apply for a loan online.
So Anderson with a left-handed free throw, and it is good. So that makes it 10-8 for Fort Morgan. Ryan Black down the right side to Brock Fisher. Shot was up and no good. Eric Kimball bringing the ball down the court all the way. Feeds Wes Anderson inside, and he is fouled on the little jump shot. And it is fouled by Eric Smith. His first. So Wes Anderson back to the line to shoot two.
Boy, the 6'4" junior, he looks good so far, the way Anderson's playing.
So Anderson with the left-handed set shot. That one is no good.
You don't have to close on your house alone. Northern Colorado Title at 130 West Kyle in Fort Morgan will provide you with a stress-free closing. And for the best prices and special offers on top-quality car parts and accessories, visit Central Auto Parts, 1001 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan.
Second free throw, both free throws, no good, but knocked out of bounds by University. So Wes Anderson comes out, and he is replaced by Jake Frick. So Fort Morgan inbound it under their own basket. Eric Kimball into Frick. Shot is blocked by Brock Fisher. Now University bringing the ball up court over on the right wing. Number 11, Jesse Swift has it. Up to the corner now, to the three-point line for Clark. He is going a three-pointer. That makes the score 13-8 with 2:43 go in the first period. Ball now down low. Shot up by Frick, no good. He gets his own rebound and puts it in for a two-point shot. Now University up in the front court. Ryan Black dribbling to Brock Fisher. Back to Black to Fisher. And Jesse Swift. Hustled by Jake Frick. Knocked out of bounds. The ball goes back to University about half court.
Look to the team at Valley View Villa for rehab, short-term or long-term care needs. 815 Fremont, or call them at 867-8261.
So Jesse Swift inbounds it to Danny Eberhardt. Dribbling out. Stop the timeline. 2:07 to go in the first period. Hands it off to Sparks. Then Jesse Swift tries a three-pointer, and it is off the back of the rim. Ball is knocked around and finally brought down by Jake Frick. Eric Kimball to bring the ball up across half court, driving all the way to the basket, and he is fouled on the layup. So it's on the drive, so he will shoot two. The foul was on,
it looked like Tanner Sparks.
So Eric Kimball to the line for two. First one is nothing but net. Nice shot there.
Your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard is Ackley Building Center. They now carry appliances. Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush.
Wes Anderson back into the game for Joyce Snyder. Eric Kimball with his second shot. It is off the rim and no good. All over to University.
Yeah, Anderson was there. He had the ball, but part of his body was on the baseline, so the Bulldogs take over. Mustangs right there in the game, though, late in the first period.
13-11 with a minute 40 left in the first period. Denny Eberhardt back out to the top to Jesse Swint. Nice give and go under the basket. Ball up and in by Evans. It's 15-11. Still full court pressure. Anderson trying to get the ball, and he throws it away. I'm not sure why Anderson is handling the ball. I think he should be down court.
Yeah.
They need the guards to be bringing the ball up. But
yeah, that's the seventh turnover in the first period, although the Mustangs hadn't committed one in a few minutes.
So Eberhardt gets it Swint out about the three-point line. Hands off to Sparks. Back over to Eberhardt. And a three-pointer by Graham is good. That makes it 18-11. Especially by University. University knocks it out. Fort Morgan basketball.
Look at this, Brian. That's the seventh player already in the scoring column. They're going to be tough to defend if they have that many scores.
Tony Swethick trying to get the ball in. Ball is stolen by Eberhardt in the backcourt and then knocked out. Actually, it was lost. Evans lost control of it underneath. But Tony Swethick to inbound it for the Mustangs. Fort Morgan's having a hard time getting the ball in, but they do get it in. So Leo Lopez, they need to get the ball up court. They don't have much time. Leo Lopez still there, got it across to Tony Swethick, into the corner to Anderson, and he throws it away, intercepted by Graham, and then little 10-footer by Jesse Swint, and they've called a foul on Fort Morgan for Tony Swethick, his second.
Yeah, he's had a tough first quarter with about 3 turnovers and now a couple of fouls.
So Swint to inbound it for University. Out to Eberhardt. Over on the left baseline for a three off the back of the rim.
That looked like Sparks got the rebound, and they reset here with 14 seconds to go in the opening period.
So Eberhardt just holding it out, waiting for the quarter to close down before they take a shot. Eberhardt passing it off, and then a three-pointer is no good. So at the end of the first period, it is University 18, Fort Morgan 11. You're listening to Fort Morgan basketball on B106 and B106.com. Back at University High School in Greeley, University leading 18-11 to start the second period. Fort Morgan with the basketball. Eric Kimball inbounds it on the far side at half court, trying to get the ball in. Zach Garcia with it out. The ball is kicked out of bounds by Eberhardt. So it'll be Mustangs basketball. About 10 feet into the back court. So Kimball inbounds it to Wes Anderson. Kimball with it all the way to the basket. Layup up and no good. University with the rebound. Eberhardt taking it. And he is split his feet trying to come to a halt, and he is called for traveling. That's another turnover for University. Back to Fort Morgan.
Stop, shop, and save. That is with all your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment at the Brush Grocery Cart, 1302 West Edison Street in Brush.
Fort Morgan. Eric Kimball to inbound the play to Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson back to Kimball. Kimball up the right sideline. Passes the ball to Joey Snyder. Kimball launches from the three off the front of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Jesse Swift. Over to Ryan Black on the right side. Then to number 12. Shot was blocked. I believe that was Wes Anderson that did the block.
Yeah, we rejected Tanner Sparks.
Joey Lope. Nice pass to Joey Snyder. Snyder with a nice layup. That makes it 18 to 11.
18 to 13 after that bucket.
Larry Smith dribbling into the lane and hands off out to number 12, Sparks. Back out to Jesse Swift. Three on the right wing. Makes it 21 to 13. Eric Kimball with the ball. Off to Lopez. To the right side to Anderson. To Leo Lopez driving the left side. And he is fouled on the drive, so he will go to the line to shoot two. And that is a foul on Jesse Swift, and that'll be his second foul. So Zach Garcia to the line to shoot two. First one is no good.
Committed to serving those in production, Ag. Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending, and Northeastern Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan is Equitable Savings and Loan with locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Looks like the big guy, Luke Johnson, about to come in here for University.
Jake Frick has come in for Wes Anderson. Jake had his little sniff he had in the first half, he looked pretty aggressive out there. Second one is rattles around and in for Garcia. 21 to 14, University. Ryan Black dribbling around on the right side. Passes into Luke Johnson. And stolen by Fort Morgan. Jake Frick gets his hand in there. Now it's out to Lopez. Being hounded up top there by Eberhardt. Passes it off to Snyder. He's being guarded closely. Needs to move. Off to the right wing for Garcia. Three-pointer off of the rim and no good. And then Snyder got the initial rebound, but then it was stolen. Up court with University. Eberhardt out front. Off to Sparks on the right side. Rebound, or the shot was off the back of the rim and then over the backboard. So that is a turnover to Fort Morgan. Joey Snyder out. Wes Anderson back into the game. Eric Kimball inbounds this to Wes Anderson and then back to Kimball. And Kimball brings it down court. Leo Lopez, Anderson to Kimball. Kimball at the free throw line. Back out to Garcia. To Lopez out to the top of the key. Back out almost mid-court. Garcia on the left wing. Anderson back over on the right wing to Kimball. Garcia from the right corner. And that is good for two for Garcia. That makes it 21 to 16 University. So Eric Smith with a long three-pointer that was no good. Rebounded by Jake Frick. Eric Kimball with a long pass down court. Not handled by Anderson. Turned over to University. Eberhardt to Eric Smith. And they call it Eric Smith for the travel. So that'll be a turnover to Fort Morgan.
Mustangs down by 5, 21-16. Stubbs Gas and Oil, I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay and get there to see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name.
Inbound to Lopez, backcourt. Lopez to bring it up to Garcia. Garcia now out at the top. Kimball to Garcia. To Anderson. And then Leo Lopez throw it away. Trying to get it to Jake Frick. Couldn't handle it underneath. That'll be another turnover by Fort Morgan to University. 4:21 left in the second period. 21 to 16 University. University bringing it up real slow, getting their play set up. Eberhardt trips and goes down, but Garcia was the last to touch it, so it'll be University ball on the baseline, I believe, right in the corner. For Sparks to inbound it. We have a timeout by University with 4:10 left in the second period. 21-16, University. You're listening to Fort Morgan basketball on B106 and B106.com. Back at University High School with John Belka, and I'm Brian Nickel, bringing you the first game of the season for Fort Morgan. Down 21-16 with 4:10 left in the second period. University ball thrown in from the corner. Still looking to get it in. Inbounds it to Graham. Eberhardt out front. Over on the right baseline. Back out to Sparks. Underneath the number 3, Eric Smith. He goes up for the shot, but he is fouled. He is fouled by Wes Anderson. That is his first of the game. So Eric Smith to the line to shoot 2. First one is up and rims out. So that one is no good. One more free throw. Eric Smith. Shot is up, and that one is good. To make it 22-16. Kimball gets the inbound pass, then promptly throws it away to Garcia down at the far end.
Yeah, that's the issue. Unofficially, 13 turnovers for the Mustangs, 6 for University. And that's the difference between playing a senior-laden team versus the Mustangs, who are composed of underclassmen.
So University, Luke Johnson way out high with the ball. Now Eberhardt throws it back up to Eric Smith. Luke Johnson over on the elbow. Back to Smith. Back to Eberhardt. He dribbles it. He's about 25 feet out. Eric Smith, they lob it in to Luke Johnson. It was tipped out of bounds. I believe it still belongs to University. Jake Frick knocked it out. So the University's ball is just to the left of the basket. Inbound to Luke Johnson. Shot up off the back of the rim. Rebound to Evans. Now back up to number 12. Sparks. We had a foul on the rebound, a loose ball foul.
Johnson went over the back, the shoulder, the head, the ear. He had no position there and still trying to grab the rebound. So Johnson with his first foul of the game. Yeah, Fort Morgan could play a lot better, and yet they're only down by 6.
Yeah. Kimball to inbound it to Garcia. Back to Kimball. Kimball to bring it up. Getting pressured real hard. Now the ball to Garcia, or to Jake Frick. He gets the ball rejected. Back to Kimball out in the corner. And we have a foul called on a reach-in against University. It's going to be called on number 3, Eric Smith. That is his second of the game.
That's 17 foul. So the Mustangs will have a 1-1 here.
1-1. For Eric Kimball.
It's nothing but net.
First one was good for Kimball. Joyce Schneider back in for Jake Frick. Frick has had a good hustle game so far in the first half. Eric Kimball with the second shot. Nothing but net on that one also.
State University scored only 4 points in the quarter. So the Mustangs got back into the game with some defense.
So Eberhardt with the jumper over on the left side. Good for 2. Leo Lopez up to the front court. Controlling the ball. Back to Kimball. Shot off. Hits the side of the rim. Rebounded by Schneider, but taken away by Brock Fisher. Brought up by Sparks. Passes it off to Evans. Evans to Eberhardt. Eberhardt back to Sparks over on the right wing. Back out to Eberhardt, way up high by the center jump circle. Sparks over on the right wing. Ball lobbed into Evans, and it was taken away by Joey Snyder. Leo Lopez looking to push it. Gives it to Snyder. Snyder brings it in. Shot up by Kimball, but it was rejected by Brock Fisher. Out of bounds. It will be Fort Morgan basketball. Just to the right of the basket. Inbounds to Snyder. Back out to Garcia. Kimball in the left corner. Air ball on that three-pointer. Eberhardt brings it cross court. Out at the timeline. Back to Eberhardt. Goes up and misses the layup. Anderson with a rebound down to Garcia. We have a foul on the layup. Garcia goes down hard. They called a foul on Jesse Sparks. That is his second of the game. So Garcia will go to the line for two.
Keeping community banking simple and committed to their community. Morgan Federal Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
First one is up and good for Garcia.
Well, the Mustangs 4 out of 5 so far this quarter with the free throws.
That one is up and no good. Had a lane violation. It wouldn't have counted anyway. So the ball will be turned over to University. So the ball inbounded to Eberhardt. Eberhardt brings it across the half line. Out to Ryan Black out on the right wing. Brock Fisher over to Eberhardt. Back out to the center circle. Back into Evans. Evans at the free throw line with a jump shot. And that is up and good for Evans. So the minute 14 left in the first half, 26-19, University. And they called it looked like a foul on Garcia off a turnover committed by the Mustangs. So University ball to the left of their basket. 26 looking to get it in. Eberhardt. Not about 30 feet. Evans at the free throw line. Up and shot was up by Ryan Black, but no good. Off the thing off of Fort Morgan. Ball back to University with a minute 1 left in the first half. University inbound the ball to the right of their basket. And almost intercepted by Garcia, but he loses it out of bounds. So University will be throwing the ball in from the sideline just in front of the Mustang bench. So Graham looking to get it in, gets it into Eberhardt. Eberhardt standing out by the half line with 54 seconds left. Is dribbling, pressured by Lopez. Black with it. Nice inbound, nice layup try, but it was missed by Brock Fisher. And then rebound. Then we have a foul on Kimball. That is the 6th foul of the half. That is Eric Kimball's first foul. University to inbound it. Garrett Reagan comes in for Wes Anderson with 40.8 seconds to go in the second period. Eberhardt looking to throw the ball in. Gets it in to Brock Fisher. Fisher back out to Eberhardt. Out of the jump circle. Center court. And then to Evans. Back to Graham. Graham to Black. Still out almost to half court. They're going to try and run it down and take the last shot. Ball to Graham. Back to Eberhardt out by the half court line. 12 seconds. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Ball to Black. Black to Graham. Graham with a three-pointer off the front of the rim. And they have a jump ball between Evans and Jake Frick. And neither one of them wanted to give that ball up.
Yeah, that got physical. Let's put it that way.
Call a foul?
No, it's tie-up. Possession arrow, did they call?
They called a hold on Evans.
Yeah, they did. You're right. Yeah, I thought they just called a tie-up, and possession arrow went to Fort Morgan, but it is a foul. 1-and-1 situation, and Jake Frick, with 2.4 seconds to go, can make this perhaps a 5-point game, but he's got to make the first or earn the second.
26-19 with 2.4 seconds left. Jake Frick at the line. First one is up, and no good off the back of the rim. Rebounded by University. That is the end of the first half. With University leading 26-19. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball on B106 and B106.com. Back at University High School, Fort Morgan and University is coming out of the halftime. 26-19 University, with a fairly close game for as many turnovers as Fort Morgan has had. It's been a pretty entertaining game.
Mustangs sticking with their starters, too, here, of course. Leo Lopez, Tony Swedzig, Joey Schneider, Wes Anderson, and Eric Kimball with University having possession of the ball to begin the third.
Eberhardt taking it down the right sideline to Luke Johnson about the elbow. Back into Luke Johnson underneath. And a foul on the shot by Wes Anderson. So Luke Johnson to the line for 2. Luke Johnson with the first shot off the back of the rim and no good.
And the Mustangs were 6 out of 11 free throws in the first half. University only 1 out of 2, and they drilled the second.
So 27-19. Had a turnover in the back court. Ball going to University.
Yeah, the Mustangs don't want to start the second half like they did in the game, because that's when University started separating themselves before Fort Morgan got back into the game.
So University, they have a University with the ball to the right of their basket. Over to Eric Smith. Three-pointer for Smith off the front of the rim.
Wow, what a tip over there by Corey Graham with the left hand off the glass. And now another turnover by Fort Morgan.
Over the back, they're going to have the shot by Eric Smith was no good, but they're going to call Luke Johnson over the back on the rebound. Will be Fort Morgan. Fort Morgan ball with 7:29 to go in the third period. Ball into Leo Lopez. Back to Eric Kimball going down the right sideline. To Joey Schneider, to Lopez, to Wes Anderson, and the ball is stripped from him. Jesse Schmidt bring the ball down court. Now to Graham. Eric Smith with it out at the top of the free throw line. Dribbles it, and it's intercepted by Wes Anderson. Leo Lopez bringing it up court. Across the timeline and loses it for a second, then gets it back. Leo Lopez, Joey Schneider to Wes Anderson in the lane. Little left-hander and goes off the rim. Joey Schneider with the rebound, but throws it away to Eric Smith for University. So Eberhardt with it now, standing out about 25 feet from the basket.
And just slowing down the pace, too. Mustangs down 10, 29-19. They've yet to score in the first minute and a half of the third quarter.
So Jesse Smith handing it off to Eric Smith. Smith to Graham. Graham with a three-pointer from the left corner. Makes it 32-19. Fort Morgan is going to call a 30-second timeout.
Brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen in Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life, home, auto, life, health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call at 842-4555. And this is where the Mustangs have got really put the pedal to the metal right now because they had trouble handling the University press to begin this third quarter. And Corey Graham, he had that incredible tip and then hits the three-pointer. And then basketball, one guy can make a big difference, and Graham's made the difference so far. A 7-point halftime lead is now up to 13.
Yeah, he's had 5 points so far just in the first, not even 2 minutes of the second half. So it's like you got a
few wet spots over there. Yeah, anytime you're walking in an area, you don't hear the sneakers. You don't hear the screeching of the sneakers. That means that there's some wet spots out there.
Had a spill down there in front of the University bench. So a little delay here while they get that cleaned up.
Rush's local Napa and Hardware Hanks and Small Engine Repair Shop is Hometown Auto and Hardware at 1305 Edison Street. And that is in Brush. By the way, the Mustangs will be back in action on Tuesday at the Platte Valley Tournament. That's a 4:30 start against the Broncos. They'll play 3 games there, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Fort Morgan to inbound here. Eric Kimball to bring it in. Looking for there we go. So Eric Kimball looking to throw it in. Joey Schneider back to Kimball. Kimball to bring it up. Got a foul out at the midcourt. I believe that was on Jesse Schwinn. It's who they're going to call that on a reach-in. The Fort Morgan ball. Maybe the third foul on Schwinn. So Kimball to inbound. Fort Morgan to split into Lopez. Lopez back to Kimball. Kimball out about 25 feet. Intercepted by Jesse Schwinn all the way in for the layup. 2 points for Swift in the there's another steal. Another steal. Shot up and no good by Swift. We have a foul called trapping on Luke Johnson.
Yeah, he barely hit the ball.
I didn't think there was control there.
There wasn't, but it's the 9th turnover unofficially for University. And they're going to keep pressing, Brian, until the Mustangs break the press consistently.
Yeah, Fort Morgan hasn't been able to do that. They just don't have the ball handlers right now. Eric Kimball bring it in. Schneider is called for the foul. Another turnover to University.
That's number 19. It's only 9 for University, but again, inexperience. That's part of the deal. I mean, you got to get through the inexperience to begin the season.
So Zach Garcia in for Joey Schneider. 5:41 left in the third period. 34-19 University. Zach Garcia all over Eberhard out. Eberhard to Graham. Graham to Johnson. Back to Eberhard. Lob in underneath. And touched last by Fort Morgan. The lob was supposed to be to Johnson, and he wasn't even close. Then Fort Morgan mishandled the ball.
Yeah, that's happened a few times tonight where the Mustangs have the ball in their hands and they cannot control it. University gets an extra possession.
So Schmidt up with a banker out about 7 feet.
Now, Schwindt's got 9 points in the game, and now it's a 17-point lead for University, 36-19.
Garcia out to Tony Slutzik. Back out about midcourt. Get their play set up. To Leo Lopez. Lopez picks up his dribble. Wes Anderson. Garcia. Back to Eric Kimball.
It's a tight man-to-man, and they're playing it very well against Fort Morgan, which has not scored in the first 3.5 minutes of the third quarter.
So Garcia to Kimball in the corner. Back into Garcia. Back into Swetsy. That ball is blocked. And apparently off of Fort Morgan. It's going to go back to University. Fort Morgan's going to employ their full court press here, if they can shake things up here a little bit. Deep pass down court. And that was a layup by Eric Smith, but
you can't catch your own air ball.
Hold it up about 2 feet and he caught the ball again.
So that's turnover number 10 for University unofficially, but they've got a commanding lead. They've opened the quarter with a 10-0 run with 4:23 to go in the third. Wow.
Fort Morgan turns it over again.
Number 20. And that was just off an inbounds pass.
So University takes over. We're going to have a sub in. Joey Snyder in for Eric Kimball. So University inbound the ball right of their basket. Out to Eberhardt. Eberhardt brings it back out to the top. Eric Smith over to Sparks. Back out to Eberhardt. Just holding the ball. Backs it out to the mid-court line. Fort Morgan. Eric Smith with a three-pointer, but no good. Fort Morgan with the rebound, but turn it back over to University. Eric Smith with a little runner, no good, but he was fouled on the play. That was a foul by Wes Anderson. That is the third foul on Wes Anderson. Eric Smith to the line for two. The first shot is up and good for Eric Smith.
Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night. When they do, every second counts. As a Level 3 Trauma Center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any kind of emergency, bringing quality care to our community. Colorado Plains Medical Center.
Jake Frick in for Wes Anderson. Second free throw is no good. Now they're having a wrestling match on the floor, and they're finally going to call a foul, I believe.
Yeah, there should be a foul on Tanner Sparks. And he was straddling Joey Schneider. Now Sparks has committed his third. But the offense is still silent, Brian. No points in 4 minutes and 12 seconds of the third quarter. 11-0 run for University.
Joey Schneider to try to inbound it. Zach Garcia up the left sideline. They're going to call a block on Jesse Splint. That is the fourth foul on Splint.
Oh, the fans don't like it. I thought that was actually a good call. I mean, I think he slid his body into Garcia.
Yeah, he wasn't set.
So that's already the 14th foul there against University. As you mentioned, the fourth personal against Splint, who's now out of the game. And Brock Fisher looks like he's checked in. Along
Ebens. Michael Ebens has come in. They have a foul. Called a foul on Joey Schneider. Another turnover to University.
Yeah, University's got a player on the court that we don't have a name for either, wearing the 21. And that'll happen on occasion. Not necessarily the one on the JV roster, but...
So, drive to the basket by number 21. That's who we'll call him 21, the unknown.
Yeah, that's... I've been there many times.
So, foul on Tony Slesvig. That is his third. So, 20... The unknown goes to the line to shoot two. So the first one up and good. Second one coming. 38-19, 19-point lead for University with 3:32 in the third period. Shot up and also good. Fort Morgan bringing the ball up. Garcia, Slesvig, to Lopez. Lopez out at the top of the circle. Back to Garcia. To Tony Slesvig for a three. Off the front of the rim. And rebounded by Eben. But there's going to be a foul on Jake Frick. His first of the game. Fort Morgan to bring on the full court press again. Last time was thrown in. They're going to throw it in again to Brock Fisher. Brock Fisher over in the corner. They're going to call a foul on... Oh, they're going to say that. Not sure. It was just falling a hold on you.
Yeah, okay. I think you're right. Yeah, it is just a hold.
That's the second one on Frick. You'll have to watch his temper. He was getting close to getting beat up there, I think. So he'll have to control his.
Well, that's a 16th foul. So every foul from here on out is going to send University to the line, and that can extend a game.
Ball down into the corner. Back out to the top. Driving into the lane. And up and good for a two-pointer to Eric Smith. Tony Slestig, Joey Schneider down the lane. Tony Slestig for a three. Off the back of the rim. Rebounded to Eric Smith. Eric Smith hands off to Ryan Black. Evens with the ball. Back to Black. Back out to the top. And over to Eric Smith on the left. And they're going to lob inbounds. Down low. Brock Fisher, who puts it up and misses. Fort Morgan comes down with the rebound. They have a timeout called by Fort Morgan. It'll be a full timeout. We'll go back to the station. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball, 41-19 University on B106 and B106.com. Back at University High School, University 41, Fort Morgan 19. Fort Morgan is yet to score in the second half with 2:20 left in the period. Coach Unrein letting the kids have an earful, trying to get them motivated here and get to play some good basketball. Although now they've had a turnover to University. Eric Smith with the ball back up to Nathan Drake. Back underneath. Brock Fisher with the little jumper there.
Yeah, this was a 17-0 run to begin the third quarter for University, and there's only a minute 45 to go in the third.
So Lopez gets it across the line underneath to Joey Schneider and misses a little jumper. Misses the rebound, gets the rebound, and misses it. Evens with the ball. Off to Eric Smith. Out here to the right wing, Evens with the ball. Brian Black. It was knocked loose by Harry Kimball to Lopez. Lopez with a three off the front of the rim. Now we have a tie up underneath, which will go to University.
One coming out of the timeout, Fort Morgan's had some good looks. You just can't knock them down, and that's what it's that domino effect. Once you start missing 2 and 3 shots, it turns into 5 and 6 and 7. That's why they're still scoreless in this quarter.
They haven't had anybody in their face. They just can't get the ball into the basket. Larry Kimball from the right sideline off the back of the rim for a three. Wes Anderson with a nice strong rebound, but throws it away under the basket. So Ryan Black bring it up. 56 seconds left in the third period. So Evens to Nathan Drake. Drake at the free throw line with a little jumper up and no good. Evens with the rebound. That shot is no good. Brock Fisher with the rebound. Back up to Drake. Drake to Fisher. Fisher with a little foot pass, and that one is also good. So 45-19 with 25 seconds to go into the third period. Wes Anderson drives to the basket. The ball was missed on the shot. University has it now with 10 seconds to go in the period. Nathan Drake out at the timeline, almost stolen by Garcia. Nice defense by Kimball. Walked up by Kimball. That was probably about the best thing that happened to Fort Morgan. The block there. So at the end of the third period, 45-19 University. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball on B106 and B106.com. Back to University High School with John Beltran. I am Brian Nickel. Fort Morgan outscored in that quarter 19-0 with 9 turnovers. Fort Morgan has a lot of work to do to try to even make this a ball game now.
Growing pains, Brian. Growing pains at this point. But at least it's game number 1.
Yeah, and not game 10. So University with the ball in. Eberhardt out by the half line. Over to Smith. Got to Luke Johnson way high. Back to Eberhardt. Eric Smith out at the half-court line, being pressured by Kimball. Kimball knocks it away. And they call a travel on Luke Johnson. Looked like he'd already lost control of the ball when they called the walk, but ball to Fort Morgan. Leo Lopez to bring the ball up court. Nice little spin move to get himself free. Garcia out to the right. Into Anderson. Joey Snyder. Joey Snyder puts it up, but he is fouled by Sparks. So he'll go to the line for 2. Maybe we can...
Well, see, that's what hurt Fort Morgan there, is that they didn't attempt any free throws in the third quarter, and now Schneider gives Fort Morgan their first point since the second quarter, and had 11 free throw attempts in the first half.
And they haven't controlled the ball enough to even get any good shots in there to even get to the free throw line. But Joey Schneider with free throw number 2 coming up. That is also good, so 45-21 with 7:28 to go in the game. Being pressured in the backcourt, they're going to call a jump ball. And that ball goes to University. Something's going to go to the... We're trying to figure out whose possession.
Yeah, I think that University had the ball to begin the fourth, which means it should be Fort Morgan ball. And it is.
And they just haven't switched the arrow, apparently. So Tony swept again for Zach Garcia. Ball into Kimball. Kimball to throw it to threw it away to the University of Eberhardt. And then they're going to call an offense. We have one ref calling an offensive call, and another one calling a block.
Yeah, it's either offensive against Eberhardt, or
so they're going to call an offensive charge.
Well, nice job by Eric Keppel then. And I know Dave Preston, the University coach, doesn't like it, but lots of contact there. Lots of contact.
So Fort Morgan, they inbound the ball. The University is backed off of their press. So Leo Lopez bring it up. He pushes away. Temporarily, Eberhardt is all over it. And that is, they're just letting University get away with everything right now. They're not calling anything.
It happened the whole game, quite frankly. The whole game. I mean, there were a couple of fouls committed there before the ball went out of bounds.
Correct. Ball in to Eric Smith, who goes in for a layup, tried to call his block, but they're going to call a foul on Eric Kimball. Only his second. Eric Smith to the line for 2. So 45-21 with 7:01 left in the game.
I'll tell you, Brian, the officials got to make sure they take control here. As the first free throw is good by Smith. When you get that physical play out there, this game has gotten more physical over the first minute of the fourth, and with a 25-point game now, it's not worth it.
Yeah. And there's no use getting thrown out of this game because of that. The second one is also good. 47-21 University, 6:58 to go. Ball is tipped out of bounds by Jesse Schmidt.
Buildings by Design and Brush takes pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter, 842-5837. Building today's business, Buildings by Design.
Eric Kimball with the ball. Now to Joey Schneider. Schneider at the top of the three-point line. Passes it off to Kimball on the right sideline. His shot is up and no good. Rebounds to Evans. Evans to Eberhardt at the half-court line. Evans passes it off to Jesse Swint. Eric Smith with a three-pointer. Makes it 50-21, University. Tony Sweat with the ball, gives it to Leo Lopez. Out high, got about the three-point line. Eric Kimball gets the ball poked away, University. Jesse Smith has the ball, is fouled on the drive to the basket before any shot was attempted. So the foul was on Kimball. That is his third.
Yeah, but the Mustangs now with their 18th foul, so 1-and-1 situation. And
have a full timeout here. 6:04 left in the fourth period, 50-21. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball on D106 and D106.com. Back at University High School with John Beltran. I'm Brian Nickel. University up 50-21. Fort Morgan has only scored 2 points in the second half. Jesse Swint to the line for a 1-and-1. There's the first up and no good for Swint. Barry Kimball to bring the ball down. Takes it in for the layup, but he is fouled by Luke Johnson. Eric Kimball to the line, 4-2.
Well, that's what Coach Unrein wants to see. Just be aggressive. Take it to the rack. And if you get blocked, you get blocked. But he took it very strong, which is why he threw the foul.
First shot up and is good for Kimball.
I mean, I'll say one thing. The Mustangs, they could use a few more head fakes, get defenders in the air, because in the first half they had a lot of shots blocked out of bounds, just shooting over taller players.
Yeah. Luke Johnson is 6'6". That's tough to get it over him. Second one was also good for Kimball.
He leads the Mustangs with 8 points tonight.
So Fort Morgan with the pressure. Eberhardt up court brings it up to the front court. Now back out to about the timeline, down the right sideline to Eric Smith underneath to Johnson. Smith with a three-pointer off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson out to Kimball. Kimball to Zach Garcia down on the right sideline. And Garcia throws it away to Eberhardt. Eberhardt up with the shot and no good. Rebound by Jesse Smith, but it was also no good on the shot. Rebounded back down to Fort Morgan. Back up in the front court. Leo Lopez with the ball. Off to Zach Garcia. Wes Anderson. Anderson with the shot on a little layup, but it was no good. Bounced off the back of the rim. Eberhardt now brings it up. Has a spin move. Drops it off to Jesse Swint. Swint with his own rebound. Now back out to Eric Smith out of the almost a half-court line. Eberhardt now with the ball. Fort Morgan pressuring. Eberhardt down the right sideline. Stolen, and now Zach Garcia on a outside as the ball was knocked away by Eberhardt. So it's out of bounds to Fort Morgan. Fort Morgan will take the inbound ball play just to the left of the basket. Tony Swetzik in to the game. Harry Kimball out front with the ball. Now it's going to be a Kimball lost control of the ball, so it's an over and back ball on Fort Morgan.
Yeah, unofficially 28 turnovers. University only with 13, and that's been a big difference, especially in the second half.
So a couple of substitutions here. Wes Anderson out. Eric Kimball out for Garrett Reagan and Jake Frick into the game. I don't know what that was all about.
Leo Lopez fell to the floor, and I think the officials treated it as a block.
Now they did. It wasn't a foul that time on Eberhardt. He did it twice in a row, and that time they said it's going to be a 1-and-1. They're not going to call an intentional foul. we're going to see here what they're... Well, offensive foul is not a shooting foul.
Right.
So they're out of bounds to Fort Morgan.
Regardless of what other people think, I think that's a good call, only because you have to get this game under control when it's a 27-point University lead. Any contact, you start calling fouls right now and keep it safe.
Lopez with ball in the backcourt. Up to Tony Swetzig down the lane. Out to Garcia for a three, but it was too long off the backboard and then kicked out of bounds, I believe, by Brock Fisher of University. The Fort Morgan inbounds the play. Tony Swetzig trying to get it in. Kicked out of bounds by Eric Smith. 4:11 left in the game, 50-23, University.
Mustangs just have to pass cleaner. A lot of their passes are not clean. They're getting tipped away. They're getting poked out of bounds. But that's something they'll solve throughout the course of the season.
Swetzig with the ball inside. And they're going to call a hold on Ebens of University. So Jake Crick will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
And not the prettiest quarter, but at least University's only outscoring Fort Morgan 5-4. And that's what Coach Unrein wants. Let's be competitive in the fourth quarter because the third should be their worst of the entire season.
Hopefully. So the shot up and no good. That's Frick. So Ryan Black with the ball underneath. We're going to call a travel on Ryan Black under the basket. So that'll be a turnover to Fort Morgan.
And Dave Pressman is calling off the press, which is the right thing to do. You don't want to be pressing with 4 minutes to go in a 27-point game.
So Leo Lopez with the ball to Tony Swetzig. Swetzig in the lane, up, and an air ball. Reagan with a blocked shot. And then Tony Swetzig gets his fourth personal foul, sending Ebens to the line for a 1-and-1. Henry Weimer getting ready to check in for Jake Frick. Looks like we're going to have another junior varsity player,
Dalton Morrow, about to check in for University. It's right now in front of the scores table as Ebens about to take that 1-and-1, that first shot.
The ball is up and off the rim.
Layoff shot.
And then rebounded to Brock Fisher. And Ebens ends up with it. Back to Eric Smith, holding it up front. Into Ebens. Got the free throw line. Fisher with a shot. That was good for a three.
And Eric Smith nails that one. Oh, that's the second three of the quarter.
53-23. University. Fort Morgan working the ball around, getting the ball into Henry Weimer. Weimer back to Lopez. Lopez to Swetzig. Swetzig to Garcia. Back to Lopez. Back to Garcia to Swetzig. Out around the three-point circle. Swetzig still keeps the dribble alive. To Garcia. Three-point line. Back to Leo Lopez. Back to Garcia with a three-pointer off the back of the rim, but no good. And the rebound down to Drake. And they throw it away in the front court. So goes Leo Lopez with a two. It's 53-25 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the game. Ryan Black is half down low.
It looked like Smith was fouled, I believe, by Garcia on the drive to the basket. And Garcia's committed his second. But again, definitely a more positive fourth quarter than the third. And you can't get much worse in the third quarter, so they've stepped up their game a little bit, even though University has actually extended the lead up to 28.
And that last foul was on Garrett Rankin.
Right, yeah. Garcia still with one, and the free throw by Smith is good. And he's got 9 points in the quarter. He's outscored Fort Morgan by himself in the entire second half. That's how good it's been for University.
So the shot up and off the front of the rim, and then rebounded. That's Morrow. Is that Morrow? Yeah. He was able to score, and now it's 30-point game. With a minute 50 to go in the game, we have a offensive foul committed. I don't know by who. They're going to let us know.
Yeah, he called it on Henry Weimer.
Called a block under there, I guess. But University, a minute 45 away from their first victory of the year. Free throw line is Brock Fisher. And back out to Ryan Black. Black keeps the dribble alive. Over to Drake. Drake to Fisher. Back to Black and stolen by Zach Garcia. Zach Garcia up court. 3-point line. Then over to T.J. Bauer. Takes a shot. Misses that off the front of the rim. Rebounded to University. University with a minute 5 to go in the game. Drake dribbling into the inside the 3-point circle. Back out to Black. And now Graham in the corner. Blocked by Henry Weimer on Morrow. Nice block. T.J. Bauer driving, going up for a layup, and he is fouled. Nice strong move on T.J. Foul was on number 21, Drake. That's his first of the game. There's 42.1 seconds to go in the game. 55-25 University. T.J. Bauer to the line. 4-2. Makes the first.
Well, I'm not playing a trick on you, but they're off by a point on the board. And that happened to me last night during the Brush game. There's 11 points in this quarter. Should be 56, but either way, as Bauer makes second, it doesn't matter really at this point. But yeah, the board missed a free throw in there. But either way, it's contagious apparently.
Right.
Yeah, it's happened during our
University to run the clock out here with 25 seconds and counting. Go back out to Graham. Now to Drake. Give a little pressure. Ball almost stolen. Now Brock Fisher standing out front with it. Back over to Ryan Black. Black to Drake. That's the end of the game. University 55, Fort Morgan 27. We'll take a 3-minute break and be back with the totals of the game. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball on B106 at B106.com. The Mustang postgame show is brought to you by High Plains Bank and Wiggins. The friendly staff at High Plains Bank and Wiggins is ready to assist you with a home loan, equity line of credit, commercial loan, or checking account. To receive hometown service on a higher plane, visit High Plains Bank today. Well, at the end of this one, it was a blowout. University 55, Fort Morgan 27. Some of the totals for Fort Morgan, their leading scorer was Eric Kimball with 8. Next was Wes Anderson with 5. Joey Schneider with 4. Jake Frick with 2. Zach Garcia with 4. Leo Lopez with 2. And T.J. Bauer also with 2. For the University Bulldogs, their leading scorer was Eric Smith. He had 17. Next in line for them was Jesse Schwitt with 9. Graham had 8. Ebens had 4. Johnson 3. Drake 2. Morrow 2. Eberhardt with 4. And Brock Fisher with 4. So that brings us to 55-27.
Yeah, 10 players in the scoring column. You know, they were just extremely well balanced, and as we pointed out early on, they had 7 players in the scoring column, like in the first 3-4 minutes of the game, Brian, and they became that much harder to defend. But the funny thing, you look at this game quarter by quarter, 18-11 University in the first, 8-8 in the second, 10-8 University in the fourth, but that 19-0 third quarter run with 9 turnovers and 28 total for the Mustangs unofficially compared to 16 for University. I mean, those 8 minutes just basically made the difference in the game.
That killed them. It was a good ball game except for 8 minutes. But that's something they're going to have to correct and work towards the basket. They need to drive the basket, make the refs call some fouls, get aggressive in there.
Well, that's what they did in the first half. They had 11 free throws, but none in the third quarter. And once you get away from your offensive game plan, it's going to hurt you. And then the Mustangs did take 7 free throws in the fourth, making 6. So they got a little bit more aggressive, and it paid off in terms of being competitive in the fourth. For the game, the Mustangs 12 out of 18 for the line, 67%. University 8 out of 14, 57%. And the Mustangs will be back in action coming up on Tuesday at 4:30 in the opening game of the Platte Valley tournament against another team from the Patriot League and the Platte Valley Broncos. And we'll have it for you right here on B106 and B106.com. All right, we'll be with you once again on Tuesday. Brush against, check that, Fort Morgan against Platte Valley. We'll have on our sister station 1010 as well as KSLR.com tomorrow. Doubleheader. The Brush Lady Beat Niggers at 2:30 will entertain Akron. The boys game at 4 o'clock. Sound engineer and producer of Fort Morgan Mustang basketball has been Braden Godin. For Brian Nickel, I'm John Beltran. The final score tonight from University High School in Greeley. University 55, Fort Morgan 27, right here on B106 and B106.com.